to seek refuge with Allah for Ishmael and Isaac by reciting the following: O Allah, I seek refuge with your perfect words from every devil and from poisonous pests, and from every evil, harmful, envious eye. Volume 4, Book 55, number 591, narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, "We are more liable to be in doubt than Abraham when he said, 'My Lord, show me how you give life to the dead.' He, that is Allah, slid, 'Don't you believe then?' He, that is Abraham, said, 'Yes, but I ask, in order to be stronger in faith.' 2.260. And may Allah send His mercy on Lot. He wished to have a powerful support. If I were to stay in prison for such a long time as Joseph did, I would have accepted the offer of freedom without insisting on having my guiltless less declared." Volume 4, Book 55, number 592, narrated by Salama bin al-Aqwa. The Prophet passed by some persons of the tribe of Islam practicing archery, that is the throwing of arrows. Allah's apostle said, "O offspring of Ishmael, practice archery, that is arrow throwing, as your father was a great archer, that is arrow thrower. I am on the side of the son of so-and-so." Hearing that, one of the two teams stopped throwing. Allah's apostle asked them, "Why are you not throwing?" They replied, "O Allah's apostle, how shall we throw when you are with the opposite team?" He said, "Throw, for I am with you all." Volume 4, Book 55, number 593, narrated by Abu Hurairah. Some people asked the Prophet, "Who is the most honorable amongst the people?" He replied, "The most honorable among them is the one who is the most Allah-fearing." They said, "O Allah's Prophet, we do not ask about this." He said, "Then the most honorable person is Joseph, Allah's Prophet, the son of Allah's Prophet, the son of Allah's Prophet, the son of Allah's Khalil." They said, "We do not ask about this." He said, "Then you want to ask me about the Arabs' descent?" They said, "Yes." He said, "Those who were best in the pre-Islamic period are the best in Islam if they comprehend the religious knowledge." Volume 4, Book 55, number 594, narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "May Allah forgive Lot. He wanted to have a powerful support." Volume 4, Book 55, number 595, narrated by Abdullah. The Prophet recited, "Hal min mudakir," 54.15, "Is there any that will remember and avoid evil?" Volume 4, Book 55, number 596, narrated by Ibn Umar. The Prophet said, "The honorable is the son of the honorable, the son the honorable, that is Joseph, the son of Jacob, the son of Isaac, the son of Abraham." Volume 4, Book 55, number 597, narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle was asked, "Who is the most honorable amongst the people?" He replied, "The most Allah-fearing." The people said, "We do not want to ask you about this." He said, "The most honorable person is Joseph, Allah's prophet, the son of Allah's prophet, the son of Allah's prophet, the son of Allah's Khalil." The people said, "We do not want to ask you about this." He said, "Then you want to ask me about the origins of the Arabs? People are of various origins. The best in the pre-Islamic period are the best in Islam, provided they comprehend the religious knowledge." Volume 4, Book 55, number 598, narrated by Aisha, that the Prophet said to her, "Order Abu Bakr to lead the people in prayer." She replied, "Abu Bakr is a soft-hearted person, and when he stands at your place, he will weep, so he will not be able to lead the prayer." The Prophet repeated the same order, and she gave the same reply. The narrator Shuba said that the Prophet said on the third or fourth time, "You are like the female companions of Joseph. Order Abu Bakr to lead the prayer." Volume 4, Book 55, number 599, narrated by Abu Musa. When the Prophet fell ill, he said, "Order Abu Bakr to lead the people in prayer." Aisha said, "Abu Bakr is a soft-hearted person." The Prophet gave the same order again, and she again gave the same reply. He again said, "Order Abu Bakr to lead the prayer. You are like the female companions of Joseph." Consequently, Abu Bakr led the people in prayer in the lifetime of the Prophet. Volume 4, Book 55, number 600, narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, "O Allah, save Ayyash bin Abi Rabia from the unjust treatment of the infidels. O Allah, save Salama bin Hisham. O Allah, send your punishment on the tribe of Mudar. O Allah, let them suffer from years of drought similar to that inflicted during the lifetime of Joseph." Volume 4, Book 55, number 601, narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, "May Allah bestow His mercy on Lot. He wanted to have a powerful support. If I were to stay in prison for a period equal to the stay of Joseph, prison, and then the offer of freedom came to me, then I would have accepted it. See Hadith number 591, Volume 4, Book 55, number 602, narrated by Masruq. I asked Ruman, Aisha's mother, about the accusation forged against Aisha. She said, while I was sitting with Aisha, an Ansari woman came to us and said, "Let Allah condemn such and such person." I asked her, "Why do you say so?" She replied, "For he has spread the slanderous story." Aisha said, "What story?" The woman then told her the story. Aisha asked, "Have Abu Bakr and Allah's apostle heard about it?" She said, "Yes." Aisha fell down senseless on hearing that, and when she came to her senses, she got fever and shaking of the body. The Prophet came and asked, "What is wrong with her?" I said, "She has got fever because of a story which has been rumored." Aisha got up and said, "By Allah, even if I took an oath you would not believe me, and if I put forward an excuse you would not excuse me. My example and your example is just like that example of Jacob and his sons. Against that which you assert, it is Allah alone whose help can be sought." 12.18. The Prophet left and then Allah revealed the verses concerning the matter, and on that Aisha said, "Thanks to Allah only and not to anybody else." Volume 4, Book 55, number 603, narrated by Urwa. I asked Aisha, the wife of the Prophet, about the meaning of the following verse. Respite will be granted, until when the apostles give up hope of their people, and thought that they were denied by their people. 12.110. Aisha replied, really their nations did not believe them. I said, by Allah, they were definite that their nations treated them as liars and it was not a matter of suspecting. Aisha said, O Uriah, that is Urwa, no doubt they were quite sure about it. I said, may the verse be read in such a way as to mean that the apostles thought that Allah did not help them? Aisha said, Allah forbid, impossible. The apostles did not suspect their Lord of such a thing, but this verse is concerned with the apostles' followers who had faith in their Lord and believed in their apostles, and their period of trials was long, and Allah's help was delayed till the apostles gave up hope for the conversion of the disbelievers amongst their nation, and suspected that even their followers were shaken in their belief. Allah's help then came to them. Narrated Ibn Umar, the Prophet said, the Honorable, the son of the Honorable, the son of the Honorable was Joseph, the son of Jacob, the son of Isaac, the son of Abraham. Volume 4, Book 55, number 604, narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, while Job was naked taking a bath, a swarm of gold locusts fell on him, and he started collecting them in his garment. His Lord called him, O Job, have I not made you rich enough to need what you see? He said, Yes, O Lord, but I cannot dispense with your blessing. Volume 4, Book 55, number 605, narrated by Aisha. The Prophet returned to Khadijah while his heart was beating rapidly. She took him to Waraka bin Nawfal, who was a Christian convert and used to read the Gospels in Arabic. Waraka asked the Prophet, What do you see? When he told him, Waraka said, That is the same angel whom Allah sent to the Prophet, Moses. Should I live till you receive the divine message, I will support you strongly. Volume 4, Book 55, number 606, narrated by Malik bin Sasa. Allah's apostle talked to his companions about his night journey to the heavens. When he reached the fifth heaven, he met Aaron. Gabriel said to the Prophet, This is Aaron. The Prophet said, Gabriel greeted and so did I, and he returned the greeting saying, Welcome, O pious brother and pious prophet. Volume 4, Book 55, number 607, narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle said, On the night of my ascension to heaven I saw the prophet Moses, who was a thin person with lank hair, looking like one of the men of the tribe of Shanua, and I saw Jesus, who was of average height with red face as if he had just come out of a bathroom. And I resemble Prophet Abraham more than any of his offspring does. Then I was given 2 cups, one containing milk and the other wine. Gabriel said, Drink whichever you like. I took the milk and drank it. Gabriel said, You have accepted what is natural, true religion, that is Islam, and if you had taken the wine, your followers would have gone astray. Volume 4, Book 55, number 608, narrated by Ibn Abbas. The Prophet said, One should not say that I am better than Jonah, that is Yunus, bin Matta. So he mentioned his father Matta. The Prophet mentioned the night of his ascension and said, The Prophet Moses was brown, a tall person, as if from the people of the tribe of Shanua. Jesus was a curly-haired man of moderate height. He also mentioned Malik, the gatekeeper of the hell fire, and Ad-Dajjal. Volume 4, Book 55, number 609, narrated by Ibn Abbas. When the Prophet came to Medina, he found the Jews fasting on the day of Ashura, that is 10th of Muharram. They used to say, "This is a great day on which Allah saved Moses and drowned the folk of Pharaoh." Moses observed the fast on this day as a sign of gratitude to Allah. The Prophet said, "I am closer to Moses than they," so he observed the fast on that day and ordered the Muslims to fast on it. Volume 4, Book 55, number 610, narrated by Abu Sa'id. The Prophet said, "People will be struck unconscious on the day of resurrection, and I will be the first to regain consciousness, and behold, there I will see Moses holding one of the pillars of Allah's throne. I will wonder whether he has become conscious before me, of he has been exempted, because of his unconsciousness at the Tur mountain, which he received on the earth." Volume 4, Book 55, number 611, narrated by Abu Huraira. The Prophet said, "Were it not for Bani Israel, meat would not decay, and were it not for Eve, no woman would ever betray her husband." Volume 4, Book 55, number 612, narrated by Ibn Abbas. That he differed with Al-Hur bin Qais al-Fazari regarding the companion of Moses. Ibn Abbas said that he was Al-Qadir. Meanwhile Ubay bin Ka'b passed by them, and Ibn Abbas called him, saying, "My friend and I have differed regarding Moses' companion whom Moses asked the way to meet. Have you heard Allah's apostle mentioning something about him?" He said, "Yes, I heard Allah's apostle saying, while Moses was sitting in the company of some Israelites, a man came and asked him, 'Do you know anyone who is more learned than you?' Moses replied, 'No.' So Allah sent the divine inspiration to Moses, 'Yes, our slave Qadir is more learned than you.' Moses asked how to meet him, that is Qadir. So the fish was made as a sign for him, and he was told that when the fish was lost, he should return and there he would meet him. So Moses went on looking for the sign of the fish in the sea. The servant boy of Moses said to him, 'Do you know that when we were sitting by the side of the rock, I forgot the fish, and it was only Satan who made me forget to tell you about it?' Moses said that was what we were seeking after, and both of them returned, following their footmarks, and found Qadir, and what happened further to them is mentioned in Allah's book. Volume 4, Book 55, number 613, narrated by Sa'id bin Jubair. I said to Ibn Abbas, Nauf al-Buka claims that Moses, the companion of Al-Qadir, was not Moses, the prophet of the children of Israel, but some other Moses. Ibn Abbas said, Allah's enemy, that is Nauf, has told a lie. Ubay bin Ka'b told us that the prophet said, once Moses stood up and addressed Bani Israel, he was asked who was the most learned man amongst the people. He said, I. Allah admonished him, as he did not attribute absolute knowledge to him, Allah. So Allah said to him, Yes, at the junction of the two seas there is a slave of mine who is more learned than you. Moses said, O my Lord, how can I meet him? Allah said, Take a fish and put it in a large basket, and you will find him at the place where you will lose the fish. Moses took a fish and put it in a basket and proceeded along with his servant, boy, Yusha bin Nun, till they reached the rock where they laid their heads, that is, lay down. Moses slept, and the fish, moving out of the basket, fell into the sea. It took its way into the sea, straight, as in a tunnel. Allah stopped the flow of water over the fish, and it became like an arch. The prophet pointed out this arch with his hands. They traveled the rest of the night, and the next day Moses said to his boy, servant, Give us our food, for indeed we have suffered much fatigue in this journey of ours. Moses did not feel tired till he crossed that place which Allah had ordered him to seek after. His boy, servant, said to him, Do you know that when we were sitting near that rock, I forgot the fish, and none but